Last month, I put together a blog post all about how I've been hustling in Portland, sending cold emails, meeting up with people, getting coffee, how much all that costs, like that type of thing. So I had the idea of compiling all that information into an infographic to make it really shareable on social media. I asked myself, how can I go about making this awesome infographic when I want it done fast, well, and on a non-existent budget? After a quick Google search, I found myself on Fiverr. Fiverr is an online platform that connects creatives to clients. This video is definitely not sponsored by Fiverr. I found a graphic designer on Fiverr that had a 4.8 out of 5-star rating, and that had over 2,000 reviews on the account, so definitely thought I was getting into something good. Plus, it was only $32 for a 24-hour turnaround and unlimited reviews. I was like, oh, I hit the gold mine. I'm gonna get it fast, 24 hours. I'm gonna get it cheap, $32, and I had no idea about the quality other than the fact that they had good reviews. As you may be able to guess, the title of this video is called I Got What I Paid For. You might know where this is going. That first deliverable was really bulky and just difficult to digest. I didn't really know where to look. It was meh. But the artist provides unlimited revisions, so I typed up my ideas and sent them their way. The next infographic overall was better for sure, but it still was a bit blocky and tough to tell where you're really supposed to be looking. Now, I was at the end of how I could actually help them. I'm not a graphic designer, that's why I was paying someone else to do it. I know I don't like it, but I can't tell you why and what to change. Side note, my favorite part of this entire process is that when I asked the graphic designer to put a little visual marker for where Portland is in the map of Oregon, they didn't even put it in the right place. That was the quality of work that I was getting. Enter Morgan. Morgan is a graphic designer at an international creative agency, and she's awesome. She made my logo. Love her. So I reached out to her, explained the whole situation, and she immediately had great ideas about how to make the graphic usable. Morgan's version of the infographic was modern, it was eye-catching, and it led you through a story. It was really solid. It was exactly what I wanted in the first place. She also knows that I use Instagram heavily, so she proposed making little square versions of the infographic and kind of parsing it out so you can kind of scroll through. It was perfect. In literally one attempt, Morgan nailed exactly what I wanted to do with the infographic and provided me with more content for Instagram that I wasn't even thinking of before. I initially paid $32 for a Fiverr contractor to create the infographic, and obviously it took a lot more time and effort than I was anticipating, and I didn't even get a usable product at the end. When I turned to Morgan, a professional in her field that I actually know on a personal level, she did it all. The infographic, and she suggested me the Instagram squares for $100. That's a very modest price in the scheme of how much weight she lifted off of me as a creative. $100 might be a lot for me personally to spend on a graphic, but in the marketing world, that's a very, very small number. I want to give you more perspective, and from someone that actually has a lot more experience working with larger budgets. My friend Andrew Mitrak is the director of marketing at HaptX, a VR company based out of Seattle. And he said he's down to chat. Only problem is, he's in Seattle and I'm in Portland. So, time to get in the car.
I'm in Seattle. We're gonna go find Andrew Mitrak and go have a conversation at Green Lake. Let's go.
Hey, how you doing, dude? It's been a hot minute.
We are here enjoying the beauty of the lake with Andrew Mitrak, Director of Marketing for HaptX, VR company.
Yeah.
I am dealing with much smaller numbers than what I imagine you are dealing with on the scale of Director of Marketing.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the project, right? Sometimes I do things myself. Sometimes we spend over, tens of thousands of dollars on something. I think regardless of the size of your business, you want to be frugal, but you don't want to be cheap. You want to spend money where it counts, but you want to be smart with the way you spend.
I think a lot of us try to go the cheap route, and I ultimately spent way more time and energy going through iterations of a process with someone that literally the local graphic designer that I hired solved it with no extra need. I literally had no revisions.
Yeah.
Just done.
And are you going to work with that designer again, you think?
Totally.
Yeah. I think it's almost always smarter to go with a local person whenever you can. I mean, being face-to-face versus having some anonymous person on the internet. You go to a site like Fiverr or whatever it is and outsource something, and that person's goal is to solve your problem as quickly as possible so they can go on to the next random stranger on the internet. But I mean, as somebody local, it's I want to do well for this person on this project so that way I get their business on the next one, and you form a long-term relationship. When you're thinking about your budget, you also want to think about how you're allotting your time, right? Like, does it make sense to spend less money but take more time? That's kind of a bad formula. Your most valuable commodity is your time. And if you're gonna go on a bigger project, make sure that you don't cheap out on any small stuff because the details really can matter.
And I super appreciate your time and getting to hang out with you.
The
Super appreciate that.
Thanks.
Yeah, the steps hug.
Do you remember my lines? Here in Seattle with my sister Alyssa.
Hello.
I wanted to chat with you about, because you're also a creative in the service industry, about like value and money and like how the heck you charge people. Can you first tell people loosely it is what you do?
I have a business called Scribe Creative, and I provide real estate agents with marketing services.
Boom. And people pay a premium for your services. Why? Why not just like hire some high schooler, like someone that's like struggling through college for like dirt cheap?
In the long run, I think I could end up being cheaper than like hiring someone who doesn't have experience, or you might hire someone because they're cheap, but then you might have to have their work redone if it's not quite what you thought it was gonna be. And then also at the same time, I think that I cause a lot less like stress and worry for my clients because they don't have to hold my hand throughout the entire process like they might with someone new.
Okay, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. I think that was pretty insightful for people that are like aspiring and like doing their own creative services thing. Good seeing you.
You too!
Bye! Seattle was a lot of fun. It's always nice being back in the neighborhood. But honestly, it was really nice catching up with Andrew and my sister and hearing what they have to say about that whole cost versus quality struggle. In the end, I know that I learned my lesson. Pay quality money to get quality work. And if you want quality work, you're gonna have to hire the right professional to do so. It's worth it. It's worth it. Till next time, y'all. Have a great day. That's it. We're wrapped.